The Los Angeles Lakers jersey. It's not just purple and gold. This jersey isn't just a color, it's a responsibility. This jersey isn't just a team logo. It carries the weight of 17 championship banners, thousands of unforgettable moments, and the dreams of millions of fans. There are many great teams in the NBA, but some franchises aren't defined just by their success, but by the culture they create. The Lakers are one of those franchises. This place doesn't tolerate ordinary players. This place wants more than stars. This franchise demands legends. It all started with Jerry West, Mr. Logo. He was the Los Angeles Lakers' first legend. Then Wilt Chamberlain came and brought the Lakers their first championship in Los Angeles in 1972. In 1975 came one of basketball's greatest innovators, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And in 1979, Magic Johnson, who turned basketball into a show. That era elevated the Lakers dynasty and made the Lakers-Boston rivalry legendary. In 1996, a young man came to the NBA. He was just a high school graduate. When he took his first steps in a Lakers jersey, nobody knew what he would become. But he knew. Kobe Bryant. A warrior obsessed with winning, fueled by competition. He stayed loyal to the Lakers for 20 seasons, 5 championships, countless clutch moments. Along with him came a giant, Shaquille O'Neal, an unstoppable force. The duo they formed together was one of the most intimidating partnerships in NBA history. They carried the torch passed down from Magic and Kareem by winning championships 3 years in a row. Years later, Pau Gasol took Shaq's place beside Kobe. When Kobe left the stage, another king arrived, LeBron James. And in 2020, he brought the Lakers a championship after 10 years. And now in 2025, the final link in this chain is Luka Doncic. He's only 25 years old, but the weight on his shoulders is 75 years of history. Wearing this jersey is a privilege, but carrying it requires loyalty to a legacy. Lakers history isn't told just through trophies, but through those who etched their names into eternity. But can this Slovenian player really create the continuation of the Lakers dynasty? Before answering this question, we need to examine the previous dynasties. The 1980s weren't just a period when the Los Angeles Lakers won championships, but an era when they forever changed the experience basketball offered to viewers. This period was called Showtime, and this name was born from the vision of the team's new owner, Jerry Buss. Buss saw basketball as more than just a sport. He wanted to combine it with Hollywood's entertainment culture, turning it into a bright, flashy, and exciting show. This vision had 2 main architects, the young, cheerful passing genius Magic Johnson and the calm, mature owner of basketball's most aesthetic weapon, the skyhook, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These 2 stars formed the soul of Showtime. Showtime's most distinctive feature was the run-and-gun playing style perfected by coach Pat Riley. The moment a rebound was grabbed, the ball would immediately go to Magic Johnson, and he would take off toward the other end of the court. While rebounders like Kareem, Kurt Rambis, and AC Green quickly got the ball to Magic, athletic players like James Worthy and Byron Scott would run toward the basket. Magic's eye-catching passes would finish these fast breaks with unforgettable alley-oops and dunks. This style turned Lakers games into an art show rather than just a basketball matchup, while turning opposing defenses upside down. Magic and Kareem were the engine of this system. When Kareem got the ball in the post, stopping him was nearly impossible. When defenses focused on him, the ball would reach open shooters through Magic's passes. The harmony between these 2 on the court was like a couple married for 50 years. In fact, when Magic Johnson started his career, he expressed his respect for Kareem at every opportunity and laid the foundation of their relationship by leaving leadership to him. During this period, the Lakers won a total of 5 championships. In 4 of these championships, Magic Johnson, and in the 1985 championship, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar proved they were the team's biggest stars by being selected Finals MVP. But this duo wasn't alone. The Lakers roster included important role players like James Worthy, Byron Scott, and Michael Cooper, who kept up with the team's fast break and had high shooting accuracy. Warrior-type players like Kurt Rambis also increased the team's toughness level. At the beginning of the 2000s, the NBA was witnessing a dominant dynasty, the Los Angeles Lakers led by Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. This dynasty went down in history not only for the 3 championships it won, but also for the unique dynamics that 2 superstars brought together. On one side was the court's most powerful physical presence, the cheerful and outgoing Shaquille O'Neal. On the other was the young Kobe Bryant, who had a relentless competitive spirit and was planting the first seeds of Mamba mentality. The team this duo created under the management of coach Phil Jackson, nicknamed the Zen Master, became one of basketball's most dominant periods. One of the elements that creates a dynasty is crushing and beating opposing teams, leaving opponents helpless against this dynasty. They eliminated their strong conference opponents, Portland Trail Blazers, Sacramento Kings, and San Antonio Spurs respectively with 4-0 sweeps. Their winning by an average of 22 points per game against the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals was an indication of how scary that era's Lakers were. In the finals, they reached the championship with an incredible 15-1 playoff record, losing only 1 game to Allen Iverson-led Philadelphia 76ers. Doing this in an era when the Spurs were this dominant made it even more valuable. The main architects of this dynasty were also the team's 2 stars, but 2 dominant personalities prevented this dynasty from continuing. The continuation of this dynasty would continue with Kobe and Pau Gasol. Now that we've remembered the Lakers dynasties, what do you think are the common characteristics of these dynasties? 1, 2 stars who complement each other. What we saw in both the first and second dynasties were 2 stars who ignited the team, made tough decisions in difficult times, and led. In the first dynasty, Magic and Kareem. In the second, Kobe, Shaq, and Kobe Gasol. 2. Loyalty. Magic wore the Lakers jersey for 13 years, Kareem for 14, and Kobe for 20. Although Shaq spent 8 years and Gasol 7, they achieved many successes. If you want to create a dynasty, you need to stay loyal to that team. We saw the same thing at Golden State. 3. Handling pressure. If you want to create a dynasty, your team, and especially your stars, need to overcome stress in difficult moments and make those critical moves. The names we mentioned proved themselves many times in these difficult moments. 4. Professional work ethic. The biggest example here is, of course, as everyone can guess, Kobe Bryant. Athletes who can surpass Kobe's work ethic, forget basketball players, even among world athletes, don't exceed the fingers of one hand. It doesn't end with just Kobe. Kareem retired at 42 and competed at high levels until that age. Similarly, Pau Gasol also remained at upper levels in basketball for a very long time despite his advancing age. 5. Complementary pieces alongside the stars. Not just in the dynasties we mentioned, but in all dynasties in NBA history, the complementary pieces alongside the stars made that dynasty a reality. We saw this in Michael Jordan's Chicago, in Tim Duncan's Spurs, in Curry's Warriors. I think you'll agree with me that a dynasty can't be built with just stars. Can Luka build a dynasty? Now that we've examined dynasties and identified their common characteristics, we can give the answer. My answer to the question, can Luka Doncic create a dynasty at the Lakers, is yes. Creating a dynasty requires a sense of loyalty to that team, and I think considering Luka's Dallas seasons, his sense of loyalty is really strong. When you think about him coming to games in cowboy outfits, he had really embraced the Dallas spirit. And when Dallas traded him, to be honest, it was tough at first, said Doncic. The first day was really tough. I felt like the last 48 hours were like a month. It was really tough emotionally, but today was much better. I'm very happy to be here for this opportunity. This is the Lakers, one of the best franchises in history, so I'm excited to be here. Loyalty? Check. Regarding handling pressure, I don't think there are more than 2 people in the league right now who are better than Luka. We've hardly ever seen Luka's hands shake in final seconds. We all know how crazy it was when he hit the buzzer beater against the Clippers in his first playoffs, and he didn't stop there. He has a bunch of crazy clutch and buzzer beater shots in his career. Pressure? Check. We've talked about what Luka currently has. Now it's time for what he doesn't have yet. His professional work ethic has been very low since the season he arrived. He experienced a lot of weight and injury problems. But in the European Championship he played this summer, we saw him lose some of his weight. At the Lakers, which is more serious and established than Dallas, Doncic seems like he'll take this issue more seriously. In Dallas, Luka had a star who complemented him. In Kyrie Irving's second season, they really caught great harmony and made it all the way to the NBA Finals. But in his current team, LeBron James is not in a complementary star position for Luka, in my opinion. They're both two players who really like to have possession of the ball and control the game, and considering LeBron's age, Luka needs a younger star to form a dynasty. Name a player who would be the best duo with Doncic. Another thing Luka doesn't currently have is the complementary pieces alongside the stars. We saw the effect of this problem over the years at the Dallas Mavericks too. He elevated the team to the NBA Finals. But if you want to become NBA champions, you need to do this as a team. To be able to do this, you need a suitable roster. The Lakers started this by adding DeAndre Ayton to their roster. I don't think Ayton would be a perfect fit for Doncic, given Doncic's defensive weaknesses, but adding a young player with NBA Finals experience is promising. If a dynasty is being planned here, I think they need to say goodbye to LeBron James, who perhaps the majority of NBA fans view as the best player, and build a new core. They might win one more championship with LeBron James, but building a dynasty isn't possible. In summary, my opinion is that the Lakers management can really save their next 10 years with a few right moves and bring that dynasty back to Los Angeles. If these moves are a big man with strong defensive ability who can shoot, a scoring support who can score without dominating the game, and two forward players who can both shoot threes and play defense, I think a dynasty can be built with Luka Doncic. The previous Magic had built this dynasty. Let's see if Luka Magic can build this dynasty. So, what do you think? Can Luka Doncic really become the new prince of the Lakers dynasty? Which players should the Lakers add to the team or release from the team? Drop your comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.